All right, hey guys, it is time for yet another Topps basketball release this week. This time it is going to be the holiday advent calendar. Just came in at my local card shop. Not sure if today's release day, but it's definitely brand new. I just did the holiday mega box and I've done all the non-holiday stuff. Nothing much to show for it yet, other than like a base Cooper. So we'll see how this compares. Let's go wide here. It says, obviously 24 packs. Looking for exclusive plaid, and that's all it says on here. The other holiday stuff has had glitter in it, so I guess plaid is exclusive to these calendars. And it takes a minute to open these up, so let's get right to it. If you don't already, please subscribe to the channel to see more new product reviews like this. I think I posted 4 videos yesterday, and I got a lot of stuff on deck here, including the baseball version of this, and gonna do a little downtown hunting with the full gravity box. Excited about that. These are so hard to open on camera, but. All right, so this year, we got little gingerbread houses, and kind of folds in half. I like the design, kind of cool. All right, and then, excuse me while I just open this and not on camera, because, interesting. It's like, so you open the door, of course I went right to 24. You open the door, and there's the pack, but it's behind plastic. Kind of a weird design, don't you think? Unless I did something wrong here. How do we get in these things? I have found that if you are just doing it all at once, which I'm sure most people are, if you just kind of rip the whole front of it off, then you can get access to everything a little bit easier. I would love to hear if there's anyone out there who actually opens one of these a day for the month of December. I can't last one day of not opening something. Forget about it a whole month. And I feel like a lot of people are going to be similar. Let's see if the other side's the same thing. It's really weird. Like you open it and legit, you can't get the card. Huh? It's like they're backwards. Like this is when you open the little doors, you get this. Packs behind plastic. This is the other side, which would make a lot more sense. I think, unless I got an error box, they just really messed up in the design here. Interesting. And as I mentioned, I have not got any real heaters out of Topps yet, despite doing a hobby box, a little bit of jumbo, and a handful of blasters. This seems to be a pretty tough product to get bigger cards out of. And I wouldn't expect an advent calendar to be loaded more than a hobby box, but you never know, right? All right, here we go. Advent, 4 cards per pack. And I suppose if you get a Cooper Flagg plaid, particularly like right at first, all right, there's the plaid. That would have some value. At least you get inserts in this. Evergreen. Wow. Doesn't say anything on the box, but it's like It's almost like kind of like an ornament, but a little Christmas tree. Huh, that's kind of cool. Is that special? I don't know. I'm hoping to be the first one to post a video on one of these, so if you're watching this, I ripped it and I loaded it immediately. Okay, so maybe they're not that special. Dylan Harper. It's like a little, you know, scroll. Like you would write your note to Santa on. For some reason when I see him, I think it's Cooper. Something similar about them. Wow, it's like you get one in every pack. Okay. All right, I need to adjust my piles here now that I know those are not so special. Coward, and yeah, they're the same. You know, we're doing so much tops right now, it's a bummer to me that Topps does not put stuff on their box, because we have to go searching for the checklists. All right, Edgecomb. We like some Edgecomb. Condition does not look perfect on this one. I mentioned in my last video that people have been reporting condition issues on this Topps basketball as a whole. Just one person said that to me, but he said a lot of people have been. Oh, there we go. Yeah, baby. Coop. So we got Cooper on the, it doesn't say on the box what to call this, but it's like a scroll, a little notepad. We like to see any and all Coopers. And yeah, like that corner is just a little bit turned up. If you can see that, there's another little ding right there. That's too bad. But yay. If I could, just out of curiosity, I would check the comps on that right away. Because you know the first person to sell it's going to get 20 bucks. Jace Richardson. Yang. I sold, to give you a little idea, I had a Cooper base and a Cooper insert. Oh, dang. Advent is delivering, baby. Let's go. And it's a plaid, so we got like the more unusual cards of his. Heck yeah. Drake Powell. My Cooper base and insert, I sold them together, went for $8. Pretty good for a base card, but not as crazy as, you know, you might think they would be. And Caspar. My cards were damaged. Or the buyer said the cards were damaged when he got them, which somehow I didn't notice. I didn't look that thoroughly, to be fair. So I ended up having to refund it, so I got $0 for 2 Cooper cards. But you know what? Stuff happens. Luckily it wasn't like, you know, a super valuable card. I just said I'd refund and he can keep the cards. So good deal for him. But this guy said he opened several boxes. I think he said hobby boxes, like several of them, and did not get any Cooper. And some of the cards he had were damaged. So, Trey Johnson. So he was hoping that he could buy a non-damaged Cooper off eBay. And you got my cards. To be honest, it was pretty hard to see what the issue was. Edgecomb, all right. Nice, evergreen. How about, Garland, what a perfect name. I'm not sure if the other one was refractor, probably. I did not really get a good look at what the guy said the damage was. He could have also just been one of these like hypersensitive to card condition guys. Because to be fair, if you didn't know, I had an issue where I had to research this. Boils. If a card, the definition of near mint, you know, the highest you can choose is like near mint. And the definition of that, Derek Queen, according to my research, is not a 10. It's like not, it doesn't have to be a perfect card to be considered near mint. You're not saying that it's a perfect card or that it's a 10, you're saying it's near mint. So really, if people give you a hard time, it's like, you know, PSA 8 condition. If you look at eBay's definition of near mint, it's not a 10. And if you ever sell a card on eBay and you ungraded and you say it's in mint condition, you should be very careful. Because any little thing could throw that off. Just the slightest little off-centering or kind of just like a rough edge along the top. I'm gonna just take a guess that you can't get Jace. That there's not a ton in this advent calendar set, aside from plaids and whatever the little cutout ones are. I don't think there's like all sorts of autos and relics and this and that floating around in these. Because the holiday mega box on Fox said look for autos and relics. The advent calendar did not. So I think as far as what you can actually get in this set, I've done pretty dang good. Yeah, I got everything I really could have realistically hoped for in this set. And we just have 2 packs left. Coming up next tonight, I will be doing the Gravity Box Big Fat Downtown Hunt. Lillard. I guess you could get a Cooper Flagg evergreen card. That'd be cool. Downtowns are, in fact, in the Gravity Box this year. So I'm probably like, I'm 6 blasters in on my downtown hunt. James Harden. And a bunch of winter 10s. So the downtown hunt will continue. Let's do a quick recap. So we got a handful of these evergreens. To me, it looks like it's like a Christmas ornament with Christmas ornaments on it. A handful of these scroll, notebook cards, including including Mr. Flagg on the plaid and Mr. Flagg on this insert. So again, as far as what, realistically you can get out of one of these, I did pretty good with those couple Coopers. Either way, it was fun. I think that wraps up all of the formats of Topps flagship basketball. So I think I've done everything at this point. So I can say after my results between all of that, I'm probably not going to dive into too much more. But it was nice to get to see Cooper Flagg on an official card. So we'll take that. Appreciate you tuning in, guys. Stay tuned for the downtown hunt. Subscribe to the channel if you don't already. We'll catch you on the next one. And peace out.